everybody. Welcome back to class with me, Kayla. Hopefully you're feeling good and ready and excited today. I ran into one of my yoga students, hi Jackie, and she requested that I make a couple of shorter classes just for times when you don't have a lot of wiggle room in your schedule to throw some yoga in. So we're going to try to do 25 minutes today, max. And we'll see if I can keep myself in that time limit. So just find yourself into a nice seated position. You can grab blocks or pillows or straps or anything that you feel that you might need for your practice, but we're not going to necessarily need any of those things today. When you're ready, just rolling the shoulders back. Try to get nice and tall. Your legs don't have to be crossed if you don't like that. And we'll just take a long, deep inhale in. Closing your eyes. When you're ready, exhale everything out through the mouth. Inhaling in again. And exhaling out through the mouth. One more time, inhaling in. Exhaling out. And then we'll take a deep breath in. Reach your arms above your head. Lengthen yourself nice and tall, palms together. Lower them down to your heart center. Keeping the eyes closed. Try to focus in on your body. Starting to bring that breath in and out through the nose if that's comfortable for you. Scanning your body for anywhere that might feel extra tense or tight, or if you have an injury, just reminding yourself to be kind to that part of your body. And just taking a moment to set an intention for practice today, I'm going to use I am here. Just keeping my focus in the present moment, in my body, in my practice. Trying to allow whatever busy schedule you have going on in your day just to melt out of your mind for this 20 minutes. On your next inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Blink your eyes open. As you exhale, just fold yourself over your legs. Try to get your spine nice and long. Come as far as feels good. Maybe you can sink down. Maybe bring your chin down to your chest. Inhale, reaching up again. Lengthen really tall. If your legs are crossed, change the cross. Lengthening, reaching as you exhale. Fold it back down. See if you can come over your legs. See if it feels different on this side than the other. While you're here in stillness, just reminding yourself of that mantra, I am here. Letting those thoughts from your day melt away with your exhale. Inhale up again, reaching really tall. As you exhale, hands down behind your back, feet flat on the ground. We're just going to start to windscreen wiper the knees side to side and then bring your chest into it a little bit. So reach your chest forward and over to the other side a couple of times. Starting to bring the stretch through the shoulders, maybe into your biceps, and just seeing how your hips are feeling. We'll take one more in each direction. And then coming through center, make your way over onto all fours, facing the right side of your mat. Pull your belly in, spread your fingertips wide, and just start to flow through cat and cow. So chest forward, tailbone up. Exhale, press the floor away, pull the belly in really tight, let your chin drop down, and then roll yourself forward again when you're ready to inhale. Try to move with your breath. One more in each direction. And then find your way back to center, pulling through your belly. You're just going to make a big circle with your whole body. So you're starting to feel a little bit of a stretch through your wrists. Maybe you can send your hips all the way back towards a child's pose. If this is really sensitive for your wrists, just take the hands further forward so your shoulders aren't coming in front of the wrists. And then we'll bring that circle in the opposite direction a couple of times. And find your way back through center. Move your hands forward just a little bit, tuck your toes, find your way to downward facing dog. So keep the knees bent enough that you're nice and comfortable here. See if you can spread those shoulders wide. We'll just lift up onto the toes and then sink the heels down 3 times. So lifting up and down. Pull in through your belly. Try to widen through those sitting bones. And then settling down with the heels, we're going to walk the hands back to the feet. So bend your knees as much as you need to so your belly and thighs can be friends with each other. We'll come halfway up, use your hands to help, roll the shoulders back. On your exhale, fold your way back down and slide all the way up to the ceiling, squeezing the glutes, reaching, lengthening. As you exhale, sink back down. Keep those knees bent enough that you can feel your belly and thighs with each other. Come halfway up. Exhale, fold down, walk your hands out. Find your way into a plank. Holding here. Come down onto the knees, elbows in. Lower through that kneeling chaturanga. Roll the shoulders back, inhaling. On your exhale, press back through all fours and then tuck your toes and find downward facing. So don't try to push all the way from that cobra to downward facing dog because you'll maybe put too much pressure on your back. Bring those shoulders under you. Lift and lower on the heels a couple of times. And then when you're ready, walk your hands back to your feet. Same thing as before, bend the knees enough that your belly and thighs can come towards each other. Hands onto the shins, roll your shoulders back. Move your hands to your thighs if you need to. Try to send the inner thighs back. Exhale to fold down. Pull the belly in, lengthen all the way up, squeezing the glutes, reach to the ceiling. And exhale, fold all the way down. Lengthen your way halfway up and walk your hands out towards your plank. You can stay up on the toes this time if you'd like. Just make sure you shift forward before you lower. Upward facing dog or cobra. Try to bring that chest forward, belly's pulled in. If you're in upward facing dog, we're going to point towards a plank. Tops of the feet are still on the ground. Press all the way up and then downward facing. Paddle the legs. When it feels good for you, right leg's going to reach. Try to keep your heel pointing straight up towards the ceiling, not opening up through that hip. Notice what happens with the left leg. Maybe you can sink the heel down. When you're ready, knee towards the chest. Plant your foot. Back knee is going to come down. Top of the back foot. Inhale, reaching, kneeling lunge. On your exhale, plant the hand. Shift your weight back. Find a half split. Inhale, coming forward again. Reaching all the way up. As you exhale, plant the hands down. Shift your way back, planting your way to plank. On the knees if you need to. Skip it completely if you don't like it. And if you're in the upward facing dog, pull your belly in, lifting from that belly button all the way to downward facing dog. And we'll do the other side. So keeping that heel straight towards the ceiling. Hips are facing straight down. Just lift that left leg. See if you can sink your right heel down. And then we'll pull the knee in towards the belly, plant the foot, back knee down, top of the back foot down, squeeze everything around your hips, lengthen up. Exhale, coming down, shift your weight, find that half split. Coming forward again, inhale to reach, keep squeezing the glutes. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank. Find your way through vinyasa if you like to. Modifying however you feel, and finding your way back to downward facing dog when you're ready. Pedal your legs. Shake your hips, maybe dance a little. When you're ready, we're going to walk our hands back to our feet again. Bend your knees as much as you need to as you roll onto your heels. And we'll come halfway up at the back of the mat. Lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold down. Pull your belly in, lift the whole upper body at once. Come all the way up, reaching. As you exhale, sink the weight, send your hips down, find chair pose. Breathing here. When you're ready, fold it all the way forward. Start to straighten the legs out. Maybe you can get them a little longer. Come halfway up, hands can be on the floor or on your shins, and walk yourself out, finding your way to plank. On the knees if you need to. Shifting your way forward, rolling up, and find your way back to downward facing dog. We're going to do the same we did before, so we're going to lift that right leg up, keep the hips square to the ground. Pull your belly in, bend that standing leg if you need to. And we're going to find warrior one, so bring that knee forward, plant the foot down, adjust your back foot so it's nice and flat. Inhale, reaching up. Bend the back knee a little if you need to and see if you can slide that back hip forward. squeezing, pulling everything in, reaching up. Similar to what we did before, we're going to take our hands down to the floor. Block if you need to. Straighten your front leg, pick up the toes. Try to keep squaring those hips forward. On your exhale, sink back into that front foot. Bringing the knee in. Reaching up, warrior one. And we're going to find humble warrior, so hands behind you, clasping. Squeeze the hips, roll the shoulders, lengthen long. Find your way forward. See if you can reach the arms away from you. Pull in through your belly. When you're ready, on your exhale, release the hands to the floor. Step your way back to a plank. Chaturanga if you feel like it. Flowing up through upward facing dog or cobra. Pull through the belly, all the way to downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide. We're already almost done with the standing postures. When you're ready for it, we're going to lift up using that left leg. Try to square down to the bottom. Sink your right heel and bend the knee if you need to. Try to get nice and long in your spine. Wide through the shoulders. And we'll find our way to warrior one. So step your foot all the way up to your hands. Plant your back foot down. Pull the right hip forward before you start to lift so that you can get this base really nice. And then sink in. Try to press your pelvis forward. Strong through both feet. Lengthening up. On your next exhale, hands down to the floor or a block. Try to straighten that front leg out. Pulling the toes off the ground. Keep pulling your back hip forward. When you're ready, heel or foot is going to plant back down. Bend the knee. Find your way back into that warrior one. Keep squeezing the back leg. Try to press your pelvis forward. When you're ready for it, hands down behind you, clasping. Open your chest up. Maybe lift the chin. Lengthen yourself forward, finding humble warrior. You're going to reach your arms up above your head, or up away from you, not above your head. When it feels good, release the hands down, step your way back towards a plank. This time we're going to come down onto the knees and slide our way onto the belly. Find your way all the way down. Tops of the feet onto the ground. Hands are going to come wide to start. Let's reach the chest up. Press the pelvis in. As you exhale, roll yourself down. Press the pelvis in. Really squeeze through that core. Inhaling up again. And exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. One more here. Exhaling down. And then we're going to take the elbows right underneath the shoulders. Situate yourself into Sphinx pose. Wide through the hands. Press into the ground and almost like you're trying to slide your hands back. Keep pulling in through your belly. Keep squeezing the glutes. Tops of the back feet are down. We're just trying to open the shoulders as wide as we can. Keep breathing here. On your next exhale, bring yourself back down. Hands right by your ribs. Press up through all fours. Shake the hips side to side. Maybe shaking through your shoulders. Pulling through your belly. We're going to reach up with that left hand. As you exhale, thread it underneath the left arm. Thread it underneath the right arm. Lengthen that right arm out. Holding here. When you're ready, bring that right hand back. Your left arm is going to reach all the way up again, and then you're going to take it out to the side as far as feels good. Bend into that right arm, just stretching the opposite direction, maybe looking to the right. Adjusting yourself however you need to feel this. And then gently coming back to center. We'll do the other side. So right arm's going to reach, opening up. As you exhale, thread it underneath the left. Bring the shoulder down. And reach that left arm long. Try to keep your shoulders squaring towards the floor so you get that stretch on the outside of your right shoulder. I am here, repeating that mantra in your mind. As we slow down, our mind tends to wander. Bringing the hand back. Reach it all the way up again. As you exhale, take the palm down so your arm is straight out of your shoulder, and you'll just bend into the opposite arm, feeling the stretch. Maybe you can look to the left. And then when you're ready for it, pressing back up, we're just going to cross at the ankles and find our way to seated. Soles of the feet together, let your knees drop wide, hit really long and tall, and we're just going to make some circles here. So seeing how it feels, don't get too crazy with coming forward. Just noticing if one hip feels a little tighter than the other. You might find that your low back is a little bit tight, so maybe those big circles aren't feeling great, and you just want to stay really close in one direction and the other. When it feels good for you, coming back to center, you're going to bring that left leg or right leg out in front of you, left leg inside the sole on the inside of the right leg. Get really tall, turn towards your right leg, start to walk yourself out. So roll the shoulders back, keep the spine long, and only come down as far as feels good. If you like to, you can take your hand and press down the opposite knee. Keep that belly pulling in. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. When you're ready for it, gently coming back up, we're going to pick up the right leg, bring the knee to the inside of the left sole of the foot, and then we're just going to sort of space them out a little bit more for deer pose. So we're going to lengthen really tall, and as you exhale, turn towards the left, walk your hands out, just sink your way down. Pulling through your belly, getting that nice twist here. Slowly coming back up. We'll release the legs and switch to the other side. So your left leg is going to come out long, right sole of the foot on the inside of the thigh. Adjust through your booty, through your sitting bones, lengthen to wherever you can reach without putting a lot of effort in, and just start to sink in. Notice if the side feels any different. Just like before, if it feels okay, you can put a little bit of weight into that right knee by pressing it down with the hand. Every time you're breathing, see if you can lengthen, keeping the belly pulling inward. And when it feels good, gently press yourself back up. You're going to tuck that left leg back. Start to shift your right leg forward a little bit so that the foot and the leg are a little bit away from each other. You got 90-degree angles in both legs. We'll turn towards the right and just start to walk yourself down, pulling through your core. Get that twist here. When you're ready for it, gently pressing back up. Take your hands back behind you, both feet flat on the ground, just like we did at the beginning. Just windscreen wipering the knees side to side. And then coming back through center, turning yourself to the long way on your mat, roll yourself down, adjusting to where it feels good. We're gonna just take the soles of the feet onto the ground. Your hips are gonna stay down. You're just gonna lift this middle part of your chest up towards the ceiling, so the lowest part of the ribs, and then press down and pull your belly in. So you're just kind of moving almost through a cat and cow, but your hips are staying down rather than taking that bridge sort of pose. When it feels good, just go ahead and pull the knees up into the chest, giving yourself a hug, rock around, massaging that low back. And just hug everything in. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze, a deep long inhale. Holding in the breath. When you can't possibly take it anymore, as you exhale, just release everything down. Find where you'd like to be for Shavasana. If you have time to pause and take a long one, go for it. If you don't, we're just going to take 12 long, deep breaths here. So deeply inhaling in through the nose and out through the nose. Repeating that mantra in your mind to keep your focus in the present moment. I am here. When you're ready to come out of your Shavasana, you can start to move, just tiny movements in your fingers and toes. Maybe rocking your head side to side a little. Gently making those movements a little bit bigger, maybe getting the larger muscles in your body involved by moving your shoulders, maybe squeezing your glutes. If you like, reach your arms up over your head, point through the toes, take a long, deep inhale. As you exhale, just bend one knee at a time, gently roll off onto one side, pausing there, taking a moment to absorb the benefits of your practice, blinking the eyes open, adjusting to light in the room, and then just gently pressing yourself up. Find any seated position that's comfortable for you. Rolling the shoulders back, we'll lengthen the arms up over the head, reaching really tall and long. Take the palms to touch and lower them to your heart. Taking a moment to give gratitude to your body. Touching back in with that intention, I am here, and I challenge you to bring this intention into your day and just find moments where you can repeat it in your mind and really take in the present moment. May the light within me reach out and touch the light within all of you.